Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Sagittarius Sun, Moon and also Rising weekly general tarot reading June 7th up until June 13th, 2021. And should you be interested in a personal reading with me, guys, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. Also, I have moved my live streams from Facebook to YouTube, and if you do want to catch me live, make sure you do subscribe and for the channel, and also hit the notification bell. So with that being said, starting the general tarot reading of Sagittarius, the first card we do have, that is going to be the Magician, followed by the second one, which stands as the Nine of Swords. Moving next, we do have the Tower card, followed by the King of Cups. And the last one, that is going to be the World, and that's the Redeemer here. Although the things are taking a positive turn with the King of Cups himself, but the message of the week is pretty clear. You are gonna find yourself being very enthusiastic. My father is his Sagittarius, and I definitely know what this is relating to him. How thankfully it's not something big. But yeah, you're gonna find yourself quite enthusiastic, and fortunately or unfortunately, you are about to get a little bit ahead of yourself, okay, at the very early stages of the week. Now, the good thing though, it is that you are to kind of like see the red flags very quickly, and I don't know if you alone are going to be able to manage it, because definitely there will be somebody that steps in here that is going to help you. But things at certain stage are going to get a little bit out of hand. And starting up with the week itself, the very first card, we're going to scrutinize them now. That is going to be the Magician, and at the very start of the week, you're going to feel that growth of the personal sovereignty that you do have. In other words, that you do get to do whatever you want, or the way you see things fit for yourself. Now, that's a good stuff, all right? That's a good thing. It is because you are going to be able to negotiate your things through the hell out of it, all right? And as well, whatever actions you do engrave into your environment, career-wise or relationship-wise, they are going to be supported with strong determination from your behalf, and they simply are going to produce results straight away. The Magician is an awesome card of building up following, right? So if you are working as a influencer, you know, you're using social media a lot. Now, the start of this week is going to be phenomenal for you to build up audience. However, with the Magician, it's that thing that although, you know, things are happening in a very good way for you, the Magician is yet not that experienced with what they are going forward with, okay? And it's seen into the other cards. I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. Is that at some point you may it's not like you may have done any mistake or anything, but it's just you were way too quick to act on something that had a better way to deal with it. And before we wrap the things up with the Magician, for those which are single, I would say that it is highly likely that at the start of the week, you may stumble upon somebody that is going to start liking you for what you truly are, okay, without having any compromises or a request for a compromises to start hanging out together or dealing up together and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like seems like a perfect match, okay? And it's very important at these stages to pretty much make it clear what your expectations truly are. And even if you are in a relationship right now, again, the start of the week, very good time to make it very clear, to make an announcement what your expectations of your partner, may that be business or a intimate one, are. And after the manifestation of the Magician, we do have the Nine of Swords, and that is where certain regret of your behalf starts kind of like settling in. And either a regret or either well, I will say it that way, fear, okay? Because the Nine of Swords could represent, in your case, couple of things, just only couple of things. One of them is that you could have done things better, okay? And thus the regret starts settling down, and fear with it also starts settling down of that at the end of the day, the development is not going to be as good as it could have, and the fear is going to be you not letting down people around. The other manifestation of the Nine of Swords is just hold on a second. The other manifestation of the Nine of Swords, that is when you are afraid not to lose something, or in other words, it could manifest as a piece that was way too big for you to chew up at these initial stages of the week, and now as you did it, how you're going to sustain it is going to be the question. And here with the Nine of Swords, you may start questioning, your relationship, or questioning your career. In other words, being afraid of not being left alone, or not being left jobless. No different than taking on a project that is way too big for you at these stages, and now you start disappointing people around, or at least you think that you are disappointing people around. That may not be the case, okay? Because the Nine of Swords reflects to the inner fears that you do have. So mobilization here is of utter virtue, and you definitely have to pretty much step up for yourself. And whatever the consequences are of your actions, you got to show determination to face those consequences. And then after that, the Tower card takes on, and this is something quite unpredictable that happens. Now, with the Tower card, what happens doesn't have to be something bad, right? That is a very strong misconception of the Tower card, that something really bad is going to happen. No, it just is unpredictable, and it definitely throws your plan out of the window because it does not fit with them, okay? It could be something really, really good. For example, pregnancy. You may find out that your girlfriend is pregnant. You may find out that you are pregnant, which throws your plans out of the window because you made them not knowing that, okay? So it doesn't have to be something bad, but the fact is that your plans need to change. In fact, your endeavors need to go under a transformation. And at the very early stages of at this moment, you may kind of panic, because simply you may not see a way how your plans, and how your job, for example, or how your relationship is going to change, because they may be quite stiff and so on and so forth. But that's the reason why the Tower card really appears. Tower comes by when you have built up your things, your plans, and your environment in such a way that there is no room to grow any longer. And the universe itself now kind of like puts its finger on you and takes down everything you have built, so you can rebuild it again, but this time make it much more wider and much more stronger. So ultimately, at the end, this alignment of the circumstances is going to have nurturing and cleansing effect upon your life, although it may seem like a crisis at these stages of the week, which should be about the mid of the week moving forward. Simply, it may reflect unpredicted circumstances that appear into your job that you are completely unprepared about. But don't you worry, guys, because an individual steps in for you here, which is the King of Cups. That could be somebody you know, or it could be somebody brand new. Now, these people, they are very professional. These people are very, the word is not mobilized. I would say focused, narrowed into one specific direction. These people are capable of very, very deep emotions, okay? But they do not display those emotions in front of the world. They share those emotions only with what or whom are worthy or are meant for, okay? So if they love you, they're going to tell you that only to you. They're not going to display it into anybody else. Nobody else is going to know that they love you, like you, and so on and so forth. So very, very discreet individuals. And what they do for you, it is that a couple of things looking at these cards. A most prominent one is going to be that they offer you help, which, by the way, there is no need for you to deny whatsoever. The other option, it is that they may offer you something very tempting that, again, there is no need for you to deny whatsoever. And the accompanied card is going to be the Four of Wands, and the help or the promise or the offer is going to be about continuation of something, okay? That could be offer of a second chance, all right, or just a help to sustain, and etc, etc. You may be on a verge of being fired. That one comes about, helps you to stabilize your job or to keep up your job. You may on a verge of breaking up, and that's your partner saying, hey, let's give it another go, you know, let's do a final try, right? But this, like I said, this individual steps in and does something for you from a pure heart, because that's what they do. The reason why they stepped up, it is because they like you or they love you, one of the two. And again, very professional type of an individual. They don't do things because they feel like it. They do things because it does make sense to them to do it. And you are ending up the week here, Sagittarius, with the World card, which is pretty much the stabilization of everything that went sour throughout the week itself, especially here with the Nine of Swords, these fears of insecurity, of being left alone, you know, of losing job and so on and so forth. And then the transformation that takes place, that you have to react very quickly to what is going on around you, that you can't do anything to change it, but the only thing you can do is to align to it. Well, you did a very, very good job here with the World card, because the World at the end of the day speaks for a culmination of things where, how can I say, a stage of life pretty much wraps up. And as it does, you do feel great sense of liberty. That's, you know, the worst is now over, and from now on, you get to focus on the new perspectives that are ahead of you. And it's pretty much the perspective that you now build up for yourself with the help of that individual King of Cups. So it's a really good week. It is just, you should not panic at the very early stages of it. And yeah, it's a bit discouraging to hear that you are gonna go a little bit ahead of yourself, but that's not a bad thing. It's better to do it now when it can be fixed, rather than later on when it cannot be fixed. So with that being said, that was your weekly general tarot reading. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, guys, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.